What is up, y'all? I appreciate you clicking on this video. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This video is the first of a series that I'm gonna call Metaphysical Musings, and it's just for me to talk about different subjects in metaphysics, my takeaways from some of the things that I observe and that I experience in the world of the occult, the esoteric, metaphysical. As you can see, my channel does say I am an oracle of sorts. I do receive messages. I can read tarot. I am a dreamer. I have clairaudient abilities. I have clairsentient and claircognizant abilities, as well as clairvoyant abilities. And for a while, I have struggled with or found it challenging to figure out, how do I go about using my abilities for the greater good without being exploitative? And in the process, I've been learning, because I don't come from a place of divination originally. I do have a gift for divination, but it's not something that I was raised doing. Of course, I have a background from childhood in Christianity, and after I got away from my parents' home, I pretty much left religion altogether. I still had my belief in a higher source. I just didn't want to practice religion, and I was in 18, 19 years old. And then there's been a couple of times where I've been called back to try to go back to church. I've studied a bunch of different philosophies. I practiced Buddhism actively in an organization for a period of time. And over my adulthood, I have spent a lot of time seeking when it comes to seeking something bigger than myself. And so I'm familiar with the occult from when I studied the occult when I was younger. And it's like this culmination of all of these things. If y'all see me get distracted, I'm easily distracted by like butterflies and dragonflies and birds and shit. So if you see me looking out squirrel, yeah, that's me. But anyway, my spiritual belief and spiritual understanding and perception comes from a broad range of different beliefs and philosophies and science, and just, in a more integrated kind of way of looking at the world. So I'll start with that. Before last year, so beginning of 2023 is when I went through a major ego death, and it's been ego death after ego death after ego death after ego death for the past year. And I've just been riding the wave and, doing the best I can to try to take care of myself and make sure that, I'm keeping my mindset, in a good place, in a positive place, and also doing healing work on childhood trauma and all of this stuff. So I've been, over the past year, also on the spiritual journey, digging into other divination mediums. And so tarot has been a big one. I started really listening to a lot of tarot readings because I knew the actual meanings of the cards, a lot of them, not all of them, but I was familiar with tarot and I was familiar with certain things about tarot. But I started watching a lot to watch readers or listen to readers read intuitively. And that's the whole premise of this video. I want to talk about my own observations of that space since I've been listening to it. And I have no desire to be calling out nobody or nothing like that. Like, this is my thing. We are all on a journey. And that is part of my message for this video because of some of the stuff that I hear in these readings. And I think a lot of these readers forget that we are all on a journey. And I have a problem with the term chosen ones to some extent because it holds an air of superiority that I don't think that we're, intended to be displaying, despite whatever our spiritual rank or how many lifetimes we've lived and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I personally have gravitated away from that term, chosen ones. It also, it feels like favor, even though those of us who might consider ourselves chosen ones have gone through a period of time where we felt like we were out of favor. And so I with that particular term, I think that there are other terms that are more appropriate and less arrogant. I think a lot of people in this space forget that we are all on a journey, every single one of us, and that ascent requires descent. And so while you may be on an ascension path or ascension timeline, and someone else may be on a descension timeline, remember you had to go to that place too. And remember how you felt if you was alone, if you didn't have nobody there. I'm not saying you have to go and be in people's faces that are toxic to you. But I'm also saying that it's not a requirement to belittle them. It's not a requirement to call them karmics. It's not a requirement to do none of those things. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Anybody who listens to tarot online knows what I'm talking about. Everybody who is not in alignment with, whoever, they're not in alignment with you, then they're karmic. And my personal opinion is that every single one of us has gone through that space and calling other people demons, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to go there. You had to go to hell to get to heaven. You have to. It's a part of the life on this earth plane, is going through hell to get to heaven. The state of peace, bliss, tranquility, no matter what the situation is going on around you. But I think we forget that, and we're so hung up on, if this person is receiving punishment, I did it. And I know I'm not the only one. But where's the real spiritual guidance that has to do with self? Not the spiritual guidance that says, well, this person trying to get over on you and that person trying to get over on you, and you need to watch out for them, they doing witchcraft on you, and this is that and the other thing. Where is the accountability with self? See, I'm not unaware of the fact that there are forces, powers and principalities that have been warring against us, trying to have dominion over us, over our minds, over our souls, over our spirits. I'm not naive to that fact. However, isn't what we learn in these spaces that we are co-creators of our reality? And we should be more worried about inner work than what everybody else around us is trying to do to us. Ultimately, what people is trying to do to us is what we are doing to ourselves. And that was a hawk. I know y'all seen the shadow. So, ultimately, what other people are trying to come at us with is stuff that we still need to resolve within ourselves. Because those chains get broken when those things get resolved. You know how to keep yourself out of those situations. And so I have steered clear of trying to read like collective energies and stuff like that, except for my Facebook page. I would do posts here and there reading collective energies. I don't want to feed into the keeping people stuck in karmic cycles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to feed into keeping people stuck with my own projections, because I still need to heal. I do offer readings, but I offer spiritual guidance readings only, because as far as I'm concerned, that's what is important. Because when you get the inside right, the outside gets right. It happens. As above, so below. As within, so without. So I cannot direct other people and tell nobody else what to do. That's not what this video was about. This video was about shining some light on my own thoughts on the matter of the readers that focus so much on past energy. And they're like, well, it's coming up. Well, it's coming up because you still holding on to something that you need to be letting go of. And now that energy is being projected out onto a collective of people. And it's one of the reasons why I've steered clear of doing public readings, like, like that type of collective readings like that. And it's one of the reasons why, another reason why is because I was still learning how to read intuitively. And so that was another thing, it wasn't just that. But as I began to really get better at reading intuitively, it's like the space became very crowded with superficial stuff. And of course, I want material resources just like anybody else. Of course, I want love just like anybody else. Of course, I want good friendships just like anybody else. And I think it's wise to know the people that you're dealing with. But if I've listened to tarot online for a year for my own reasons, and it's pretty much the same story over and over and over and over and over and over again. And how is this not keeping those who are really investing their intentions and their energy in a lower state of being or in a cycle that they can't get out of? I don't know. I don't have the answers. Just something that I was thinking about. And since I'm gonna do these videos of metaphysical musings and talk about things that I observe and things that I'm interested in, I thought this was a good one to start with, because the online tarot community has blown up. The spiritual scams are out of control. Like it's insane. And honestly, I've been quote unquote new agey for so long, even during the time where I consider myself an atheist, really. I still had new age practices and new age thinking and new age information that I would consume. And so it makes me sad. The way spirituality has become I guess it's needed. I'm not going to complain about positive changes, things that help people change in a positive way. And of course, everything you can think of has a opposite polarity. So if it's something that's really, 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 really good, it has an opposite polarity, So I think we forget about nuance a lot. And the readers do a great job at letting people know, hey, if this doesn't resonate, you know, leave it for somebody else, you know, and they do a great job doing what they do. They do. I've learned a lot from different readers, especially here on YouTube. A lot. And I'm very grateful. But I think as responsible parties to contributing to the growth of the collective, I think that the karmic conversations just continue to keep us divided. And so I'm gonna leave this video there. Of course, the wasp came back. I don't know where he went, but I'm gonna leave this video there. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. This one is, like I said, it's going to be from a series called Metaphysical Musings, and I'm going to have a couple of other series that I'm going to have where I'm talking about subjects that I'm interested in. Definitely one regarding animals and animal symbolism, and as well as I'll be talking about dreams, and I may share some of my dreams, but dream symbolism and dreams, and probably share a lot of my dreams because I'm a dreamer. And so if you want to see any of those things or anything else I cook up for this channel, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell and leave a comment, say hi, suggesting content, subjects. You know, I'm glad to talk about all kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it, and I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend and Saturday here in Texas, and see y'all next time. Okay, love y'all.